This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Elon Musk pushes for reinstatement of $46.5 billion Tesla pay package amidst shareholder vote and AI expansion efforts. Elon Musk, Tesla's CEO, is lobbying for his $46.5 billion pay package to be reinstated. This lobbying effort comes as Tesla shareholders are voting on the compensation plan for Musk, who has already achieved other large pay packages in the past. To encourage approval, Musk has been actively promoting the package on X, his social media platform, sharing a sizzle reel of Tesla's vehicles speeding through deserts at dusk and emphasizing the need for him to maintain control over the company as it ramps up its artificial intelligence efforts. Musk's pay package, which was initially approved in 2018, was voided by a Delaware judge in January. The package would have allowed Musk to boost his stake in Tesla from 13% to 22%. Tesla's board and Musk are urging shareholders to vote in favor of the package, citing its potential to drive growth and innovation at the company. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Expanding front lines, Israeli military operations extend into Rafah's heart. The Israeli military confirmed that its forces are operating in central parts of Rafah, expanding its ongoing offensive in the southern Gaza city. Since the initiation of the ground assault on May 6, the military has primarily focused on Rafah's eastern districts and areas close to the Egyptian border. This week, however, they extended their reach to the western district of Tel al-Sultan, where intense clashes with Hamas fighters have been reported by eyewitnesses. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Unjust force, Florida deputy fired after fatal shooting of black airman. A Florida sheriff's deputy who fatally shot a black airman in his home has been fired for using unreasonable deadly force. The deputy, Eddie Duran, was fired after an internal investigation concluded that his use of force was not objectively reasonable and violated agency policy. The incident occurred on May 3 when Duran responded to a call about a disturbance at the airman's apartment. Body camera footage shows Duran knocking on the door, announcing himself, and then shooting the airman, Roger Fortson, who was standing in the doorway with his hands down and a firearm in his right hand. The investigation found that Fortson did not make any hostile movements and that Duran's use of force was not justified. The sheriff's office stated that Fortson did not commit any crime and that he was an exceptional airman and individual. The family of Fortson is calling for more to be done, including criminal charges against Duran. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Remembering Marianne Robinson, the influence of the first grandma in the White House. Marianne Robinson, mother of former First Lady Michelle Obama, has died at the age of 86. The family has yet to release a cause of death. Robinson, affectionately known as Mrs. R, or the First Grandma, became the first presidential in-law in generations to live in the White House after her daughter became First Lady in 2009. Robinson was a homemaker who raised her children in Chicago, with her husband Fraser, who died in 1991. She was described as a woman who spoke her mind and cherished her privacy. During her time in the White House, Robinson played a crucial role in helping her granddaughters adjust to their new lives and maintaining a sense of normalcy. Robinson rarely gave interviews and appeared publicly with the Obamas mostly during holidays and cultural events. In addition to her involvement with her family, she also had varied interests, including running and winning gold at the 1997 Illinois Senior Olympics. Robinson is survived by her daughter and son, as well as 6 grandchildren. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Evolving Alliances, Lloyd Austin at Shangri-La Dialogue unveils new security chapter in Indo-Pacific. Lloyd Austin, the United States Defense Secretary, hailed the emergence of a new era of security in the Indo-Pacific region during his speech at the Shangri-La Dialogue Security Forum in Singapore. He emphasized that this new era is characterized by a shared vision and a shared sense of mutual obligation among the nations in the region. Austin highlighted the strengthening of strategic and security partnerships in the region, particularly with the Philippines, as a key component of this new era. Austin's remarks drew a response from the Chinese delegation at the forum, and he later held talks with China's Minister of National Defense to discuss issues including Taiwan, China's relationship with Russia, and frictions in the South China Sea. Austin reiterated the US's commitment to the Asia-Pacific region and emphasized the importance of peace and stability for the whole world. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Deadly Ohio explosion, NTSB investigates cut gas line at Realty Tower. A crew working in the basement area of a building in Ohio accidentally caused a deadly explosion this week when they cut a pressurized gas line, according to the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB. The crew was clearing out outdated infrastructure when they unknowingly cut the gas line, despite not smelling any gas prior to the incident. Workers realized there was a problem after making the third cut and immediately pulled the fire alarm to evacuate the building. However, the explosion occurred 6 minutes after the cut, resulting in the death of a bank employee and several injuries. Investigators will now focus on determining why the gas line was pressurized. The explosion caused significant damage to the Realty Tower building, collapsing part of the ground floor into the basement and sending debris from the far Section 8 across the street. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Joe Manchin shakes up Senate dynamics by registering as independent. Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia has shocked the political landscape by registering as an independent. This move comes as a surprise, given his lengthy tenure as a Democrat and his influential role within the party. Manchin, 76, has often been at odds with the Democratic Party and an obstacle to many of President Joe Biden's legislative priorities. In a statement, he expressed his disillusionment with both major political parties, stating that they have abandoned their constituents in favor of partisan extremism, potentially jeopardizing our democracy. Manchin's decision to leave the Democratic Party comes as a surprise, given his lengthy tenure as a Democrat and his influential role within the party. His departure could have significant implications for the balance of power in the Senate and the Democratic Party as a whole. He will still caucus with Democrats and maintain his chairmanship. The senator's announcement has sparked a flurry of speculation regarding his political future. Some believe that Manchin may form a third party or align himself with the Republicans, while others think he may continue to act as an independent voice in the Senate. Manchin's registration change also allows him to explore other options, such as running for another Senate term or potentially running for governor. Manchin's announcement comes as the Democratic Party grapples with internal divisions and faces a challenging midterm election cycle. The senator's departure could weaken the Democrats' hold on the Senate and further complicate their efforts to pass Biden's legislative agenda. In the coming days and weeks, Manchin's political future and the implications of his decision will be closely watched by political observers, pundits, and voters alike. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Postponed punches, Tyson vs Paul fight delayed after Tyson's health scare on a plane. Mike Tyson's fight with Jake Paul has been postponed due to Tyson's recent medical scare on a plane. Tyson, 57, experienced an ulcer flare-up during a flight from Miami to Los Angeles, which caused a 25-minute delay. Despite feeling 100% after the incident, Tyson's doctor advised him to minimize training for a few weeks to rest and recover. Tyson and Paul agreed to postpone the fight to ensure an even playing field. The new date for the fight will be announced by next Friday. Previously purchased tickets will be honored for the new date, and fans who are unable to attend will be eligible for a refund. Tyson expressed his gratitude to his fans and acknowledged the setback, stating, "I want to thank my fans around the world for their support and understanding during this time. Unfortunately, due to my ulcer flare-up, I have been advised by my doctor to lighten my training for a few weeks to rest and recover." Paul also released a statement, expressing his support for the postponement and his confidence in his abilities. "I fully support postponing the event so Mike Tyson has no excuses come fight night. My fans know I don't want to face Iron Mike at anything but his best, but let there be no mistake, when he steps into the ring with me, I will be ready to claim my W with a sensational finish." The fight, set to be streamed on Netflix, is expected to take place later this year at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Heatwave havoc in India, deaths, wildfires, and water crises surge as temperatures hit record highs in New Delhi and beyond. Indian officials are grappling with a devastating heat wave that has led to deaths, water shortages, and wildfires in northern India. The extreme temperatures reached an all-time high of 126 degrees Fahrenheit, 52 degrees Celsius, in New Delhi. The first heat-related fatality of the year was reported in the city, with reports of illnesses and deaths increasing across the country. In Bihar and Odisha states, 24 people died on Thursday, while the desert state of Rajasthan reported 55 heat-related deaths in the past 7 days. The heat wave is expected to gradually ease in Delhi and neighboring states beginning on Saturday, but pockets of heat may persist. Dense buildings, roads, cars, and air conditioners in India's cities contribute to urban heat and exacerbate the impact on residents. Forest fires and dwelling fires have also increased during this period, with the city of Delhi experiencing a high number of fire-related calls. Additionally, the water supply in Delhi has reached crisis levels due to soaring consumption and reduced flow from the Yamuna River, similar to the water shortage faced by the city of Bangalore. To address the situation, Delhi officials have implemented fines for wasting drinking water and reduced the frequency of water tanker deliveries to areas without running water. City administrators have urged all residents to cooperate during this crisis. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Trump campaign shatters records with $52.8 million post-verdict fundraising surge. Donald Trump's campaign announced a staggering $52.8 million fundraising haul in the 24 hours following his guilty verdict in the New York hush money trial. This monumental sum shatters online records for Republicans and significantly narrows the financial gap with President Biden. The campaign initially reported nearly $35 million in the hours after the verdict, later revising the figure to $52.8 million. Senior campaign advisors Susie Wiles and Chris LaCivita hailed the momentum, stating, "This momentum is just getting started." This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Santander data breach. Shiny Hunters hackers sell confidential info. Hackers are attempting to sell what they claim is confidential information belonging to millions of Santander staff and customers. The bank, which employs 200,000 people worldwide, including around 20,000 in the UK, has confirmed that certain customer and employee data had been accessed. The stolen information includes data for customers of Santander Chile, Spain, and Uruguay, as well as current and former employees of the group. The hackers, known as Shiny Hunters, are attempting to sell this data for $2 million. Santander has apologized for the breach and is proactively contacting affected customers and employees directly. The bank emphasized that no transactional data or online banking credentials were contained in the database, and its banking systems remained unaffected, allowing customers to continue transacting securely. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Champions face-off, Real Madrid vs Borussia Dortmund at Wembley, Champions League destiny unfolds. Real Madrid are the favourites to win the Champions League title, facing off against Borussia Dortmund at Wembley Stadium. The Spanish Giants have had an undefeated season in Champions League play, with their high-profile attack led by Jude Bellingham, who has emerged as the breakout star of the tournament. Dortmund, on the other hand, have had a Cinderella run to the final, overcoming major hurdles along the way. They have a strong defensive record, led by goalkeeper Gregor Kobel, who has 6 clean sheets in the Champions League. Real Madrid are the leading favourites to win their 15th European title, with a 40% chance of overcoming City in their quarter-final tie, and a 37.2% likelihood of then going on to win the final. Dortmund, meanwhile, are the team least likely to win the trophy, with a 6.2% chance. The Opta supercomputer has Real Madrid as the favourites to win the Champions League, with a 64.9% chance of repeating the trick on Wednesday and reaching the last 4. Real Madrid have never failed at this stage of the Champions League, winning all 8 of their finals. They are unbeaten across their last 25 matches this season, including wins over Bayern Munich and Manchester City in the UCL. Borussia Dortmund have not won a title since 2021, and they are coming off their worst Bundesliga finish since 2014-15. They are also playing their first match in 2 weeks, so they might have to shake off some rust on Saturday. Real Madrid are unbeaten in the last 4 head-to-head matches between these teams, picking up 2 wins and 2 draws. The BVB have posted a clean sheet in half of their 12 Champions League matches, including both legs of their semi-final tie against PSG after being outscored by the Parisians 3-1 in their 2 group stage meetings. Most likely to score a goal, Jude Bellingham, it feels written that the former Dortmund man will come back to haunt his ex-employers. Although Vinny Jr. would be another good shout for this, the England international scoring a goal to seal Real's latest UCL crown and throwing down the gauntlet to Kylian Mbappe at the same time feels like the most probable scenario. Up against Los Blancos' firepower, it is hard to see Dortmund's rock-solid defense resisting over 90 minutes. Man of the match pick, Jude Bellingham. I'm going to go along with Jonathan here as all signs point to this being the Jude Bellingham show. Playing his former team in front of home fans in England, Bellingham will not only score the winner for Real Madrid but he'll also put in a defensive shift to help contain Dortmund's attack. Already having one of the best debut seasons for a new club that we've seen, Bellingham will end it on the ultimate high, winning the UCL final. Match prediction. Real Madrid are the leading favourites to win their 15th Champions League trophy, but Borussia Dortmund should not be underestimated, considering the importance of the final. The Spanish Giants, thanks to the work of Carlo Ancelotti, can make history at Wembley, and this is what I expect to happen. Pick. Real Madrid 2, BVB 0. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Biden announces Israel's three-phase ceasefire proposal with Hamas. President Joe Biden announced that Israel has offered a comprehensive new proposal to bring about a ceasefire in the war with Hamas in Gaza. The proposal includes a three-phase plan. In the first phase, a 6-week ceasefire would be implemented, with Israeli forces withdrawing from populated areas of Gaza, and hostages, including women, the elderly, and the wounded, being released in exchange for the release of hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. The second phase would involve the release of all remaining living hostages, including male soldiers. The third phase would mark the beginning of a major reconstruction plan for Gaza, with the final remains of hostages being returned to their families. Biden acknowledged that too many civilians have been killed, including thousands of children, and that the situation is one of the hardest and most complicated problems in the world. He urged the Israeli nation to support the deal and called on Hamas to accept it, stating that the onus is on Hamas to accept the Israeli framework. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Elon Musk accused of insider trading in new lawsuit by Tesla shareholder. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, has been accused of insider trading in a lawsuit filed by a Tesla shareholder, Michael Perry. The lawsuit claims that Musk sold over $7.5 billion worth of Tesla shares in late 2022 before the company's fourth quarter production and delivery numbers were made public. Musk allegedly profited around $3 billion from these sales, which Perry claims was an improper benefit from his breach of fiduciary duty to Tesla. The lawsuit also accuses Tesla's directors of breaching their fiduciary duty by allowing Musk to sell the shares. Perry is seeking damages, including the profits Musk made from the stock sale and any additional losses incurred by Tesla as a result. The case is expected to shed light on the inner workings of Tesla and the role of its CEO in managing the company's affairs. Musk has yet to comment on the lawsuit. Tesla has not issued a formal response. The case comes at a time when Tesla is grappling with various challenges, including production bottlenecks, supply chain disruptions, and increasing competition in the electric vehicle market. It also comes at a time when Musk has been urging Tesla shareholders to vote on reinstating his multi-billion-dollar pay package. The allegations against Musk, if proven true, could further undermine investor confidence in the company. The lawsuit is the latest development in a series of investigations into Musk's stock activity. In 2022, Musk sold a total of about $22.9 billion worth of Tesla shares after agreeing to buy Twitter, according to financial research firm Verity Data. Musk has also faced insider trading accusations before, including a class action lawsuit filed by a group of investors accusing him of manipulating the price of Dogecoin. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Shift in power. South Africa's ANC loses majority, ICE coalition with Democratic Alliance and MK Party. The African National Congress, South Africa's ruling party since the end of apartheid, has lost its parliamentary majority in the country's recent election. With more than 99% of votes counted, the ANC received just over 40%, well short of the majority it had held since the all-race vote of 1994. The party will now likely need to form a coalition with other parties to remain in government and re-elect President Cyril Ramaphosa for a second term. The main opposition party, the Democratic Alliance, received around 21% of the vote, while the new MK party, led by former President Jacob Zuma, received just over 14%. The Economic Freedom Fighters was in fourth place with just over 9%. The ANC's loss marks a significant shift in South African politics, with the party struggling to address deep poverty and inequality. The opposition parties are hailing the result as a momentous breakthrough for the country. However, the ANC still remains the largest party in the country. The Democratic Alliance and the MK party are potential coalition partners for the ANC, but negotiations are expected to be complex. The ANC's coalition choice will have a significant impact on the country's economy and how it is perceived by foreign investors in the long run. This is the news for today, Saturday the 1st of June 2024. Jennifer Lopez cancels US tour. Family time over fame, Live Nation to refund fans. Jennifer Lopez has cancelled the US leg of her This Is Me live tour, citing the need to spend time with her children, family, and close friends. The cancellation was announced by ticketing company Live Nation, who assured fans that they will be automatically refunded. The tour was in support of Lopez's ninth studio album, her first album in 5 years, This Is Me Now, which was released 20 years after her hit album, This Is Me Then. This cancellation comes as a disappointment to fans, but Lopez expressed her sorrow and promised to make it up to them in the future. Jennifer Lopez is married to US actor Ben Affleck, and they have been together since July 2022.